I want to start with REITs because there may be a lot of people out there who don't even know what a REIT is. So a real estate investment trust.
It's a group of investors get together with a manager who can't buy a skyscraper individually, but they pool investors' money together and buy big things like that, shopping centers. So that's what they use to show you how great it is in these very glossy brochures, and they do dinner seminars too for non-traded REITs. So let's do a non-traded REIT first. A non-traded REIT is it's not listed on the stock exchange yet, so it's not traded. So you put money in, the only way you can get it out, the money out, is if that becomes a tradable REIT. Now, they sell it on income. They say, hey, we're going to get income as long as we have 90 or 95% occupancy of our shopping center, everything's going to be fine, or you're going to get a great return. What's happened the last few years? Do people go into work a lot? How many of them are sitting with maybe 50% occupancy? Now it's not making enough money to even pay the bills. The building, like the non-traded REIT people are on the hook for the big mortgage payment for these big skyscrapers. Mm-hmm. So then what happens is they are forced into bankruptcy, these non-traded REITs. Now, I want to get to that. Let's put a pause button here. Let me tell you what a traded REIT is. You can look up traded REITs on the internet, and these are basically symbols that you see in the stock market. You could buy it today and sell it tomorrow afternoon, or you could buy it at 10 and sell it at 10:05. Some pay a dividend. I like dividend stocks. That means you're getting paid to take a risk. And yes, it's risky because at any time you buy a stock, it could go down, right?
Yeah.
That's a traded REIT. Now, the non-traded REITs, you're at the mercy of the company behind it. And here's some breaking news. As of February 3rd, 2026, and here's one of the companies that's been peddled like crazy around this area, Inspired Healthcare Capital has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. This follows a period of significant instability starting in July 2025. Which includes suspension of distributions. All investors' distributions and new offerings were halted in 2025 of July. So if you had a broker pushing it to you and they sold it to you after July, there's some really bad stuff going there. But SEC investigation right now is underway, and legal action, numerous lawsuits and FINRA arbitration claims have been filed by investors alleging misrepresentation, unsuitability, and breach of fiduciary duty due to the high fee structure and then the loss of principal that happened after that. So these were sold, Thomas, the people that I've talked to that got led down this path, they were sold as a safe investment. There's nothing safe about a non-traded REIT. We're not going to spend the whole show going through this, but if you have a non-traded REIT and you want to have somebody in addition to the broker who sold it to you, tell you about it, give us a call, because the broker who sold it to you is going to tell you all good things, and don't worry, because they're worried about being sued right now. One of the things they're using to sell these a lot of times is they're selling long-term care facility non-traded REITs. And they're trying to say, well, look, everyone's going to the nursing home. But a lot of these, after they get the money, they still don't build the facility. Let's say you had $1.5 million, okay? And they recommended you put $1.2 million in a basket of, let's say, 4 or 5 non-traded REITs. And they sold it to you where you're going to have all the income you ever need from these non-traded REITs because they're going to pay you blank, blank, blank. And you get in there, and a year and a half later, after you've been getting a little bit of payments, the payments stop. And not only did the payments stop, you can't get your principal back. They don't cover this when they're selling it to you. And I've always said, if an investment has to be sold to you, you don't need it. You should want something. Like when we meet with folks, they want lifetime income they can never outlive. They want insured guarantees. That's why we offer those. Let's say that when you put in $1.2 million, so when you get your statements, he puts them in 4 or 5 different REITs. So you have to add the numbers up to your initial statement showing what you put in. And it comes back at $1,050,000. Wait, you put $1,200,000 in. Now your balance shows $1,050,000. You've lost $150,000 just by putting the money in because guess what? Somebody reached in and took a bunch of commission out. Don't make that mistake. Stay away from non-traded REITs. It really, I'm going to use a word, it pisses me off that somebody's out there doing this, Thomas, because, I mean, I picture, what if your mom, what if that happened to your mom? What would you do? You'd want to find somebody. You'd want that
I'd be
explained.
furious.
And you can't claim ignorance as the person selling it, because if you don't know what you're selling, you shouldn't be selling it to begin with, period.
I agree.
Same thing with managed money. A lot of these managed money guys are selling mutual funds inside their managed wrapper. So they're charging you a management fee, and then the mutual fund company also charges you a management fee. Wouldn't you want to insure your income and not give it to these guys peddling these non-traded REITs? The only retirement you're insuring is your brokers when you give them that money, because they're taking money right out of your money. I am really adamant and really ticked off about what I've seen this week. And this gals who are doing it, they should be ashamed of themselves. Mm-hmm. They should be ashamed of themselves, and they should get back onto the insured money methods and not offering these junk products that they're selling to people that are unsuspecting. And they get them with a little folksy attitude when they go in, and then they get screwed into the investments like this. So be very careful, folks. There's a lot of games and gimmicks out here, and it's all designed for the broker to make money instead of you. And I always say, whose retirement are you funding? Yours or your broker's? I can 100% confidently say we've helped every single person that I've ever met with in my life, because we put them in lifetime income strategies. I am a retirement income certified professional. If you want a review of your portfolio, the best time to find out if you're in the wrong places right now, give me a call. For the next 10 of you, we'll sit down with you and go through Coach Pete's Power Plan, which talks about insured lifetime income and no games and gimmicks. And we are a fiduciary team because we stand behind everything we do, and we treat you just like we treat our own parents.